Hi, welcome back. In this class, we'll continue with modules. In the last class, we saw how to import and how to use the modules. We saw modules like random, date and time, and OS operating system modules. In this class, we'll see some documentation details of standard and third-party modules, and also we'll see the built-in functions of Python. Um, and let me show you the built-in functions. These are the built-in functions. It is part of the language itself. I mean, some of the functions like iter function we used, and also we used the length function, len, and we saw the list function, um, and also we saw open function for opening the files. All these functions are built in the language itself. There's no need to import any modules for this. And next, the standard modules. This is the site location where this is the web location where you can find documentation on the standard library modules. Let us go there. This is the main this is the index of all the available Python standard modules. These are all standard modules. For example, in the last class we tried the random module. Let us see the random module here. This is the random module, and also there's a RE, is a regular expression. There's a beautiful module, regular expressions. You can do so many computations with using these regular expressions. A lot of modules are there. I think the richness of Python lies in these modules. It is like a gold mine. You have to dig deep into this mine. When you are starting on a new project, it is better to do some research into these modules instead of rewriting from fresh. These are all well written and tested by experts. We can just use them blindly. And here is one module, urlib. This is for a web programming. We can do a web request response and all that. We can do we can do a lot of programming using this urlib. Next, let us see a third-party module. One popular module is SciPy. Let us go to that site. This is the one. It is from it is at scipy.org, and it comes with the wonderful modules. The NumPy. NumPy is if you want to work with multi-dimensional arrays, this is the one. NumPy we have to use. And also for data structures, the pandas is very popular. It provides very popular data structures like series and data frames. These are all used for especially for data analytics and data science and all these data engineering projects. Again, this matplotlib, it contains a lot of the plotting code. It's all Python based code, and also the IPython. This is in the interactive notebooks, and this SciPy library is a fundamental library for scientific computing, and this is about symbolic mathematics and all that. I mean, there is so much available, and all these are all free. Just download it, and we can use it in our scripts. And finally, let us create our own module. Just a simple module. We'll create a simple module and we'll use it in our script. And let us start. Let us say I have let's say I have my there's a file called mycode.py. Let me show you that. Okay, this is some of the functions we used before. We have this is a greet function, and this is some nums, and this is a my range function. I put together in a file, and let us use it as a module and try and let us use it. Let us import our module. For that, we have to say import and import my code.py. But that py, there's no need to use that py. We have to just say my code, and we can give a alias. I just say my. There's a function called greet. Let us say I'll call that my function my dot greet, and you can pass a number. Let us say greet 5 times, and if I execute this one, I get a hello world 5 times, and if I pass 10 times, I get 10 times. So that is we didn't write the function in this script, but we imported our old code, which is a file called mycode.py. We just imported and we are using in this script. Also, let us try there's some nums. Some nums will sum the numbers we pass, the variable number of numbers we can pass, like 20, 30, 40, and this will return a total of these numbers. I'll just say total, and let us print total. Okay, that is the total of 100 4 numbers. Suppose if I add one more, still it works, because this is a variable number. It takes a variable number of parameters, the sum nums. So this function we didn't write in our this script. We imported this. When we do this import my code, everything comes into this script. We can just access them. Similarly, there's a my range function. Let us try my range function. I'll say x equal to my is my module name, and my range, and pass let us say we pass 3 parameters, start, stop, and step. I'll say start from 10 and stop at 100, and step by 5, and it gives a generator function. If we say print x, will print. Also, we can say list. If we say list x, it will list out all the numbers. It will give a listing. It gives a list object. All right, and we can, because this is a iterable object, we can do iteration on this also. For that, we have to call it again, because once you do a list, it is the end of the pointer is at the end of the list, so we have to call it again. And we can say for I in x, print I, and also let us put that end constructor. If I execute this, that's the list we get. So all the numbers. So it's a iterable object. That X is an iterable object. Because we already used it once here by calling the list function, the pointer is at the end of this list, and that's why we have to regenerate this object again. Okay, that is about using our functions, and actually there's some code is also there. Let us use see these are all three functions: the greet function, sums function, and range function. As I said, it could be any code inside a file. Let us say there's two statements are there. Here we are creating a tuple, and also we are creating a string. Let us try to access those. I'll say print my tuple. My is the module name. My is the module name because we're saying my code as my. We're given like alias. So that is the tuple name. This tuple, this object, we didn't create this object in this script. It's coming from the other module. Similarly, let us say print. There's something called. Let us see what else we have. There's a string called hi. I'll say dot hi. I'm just accessing that that variables in a tuple and a string. If I hit that one, that's what we get. Hello world. This hello world is from that module. I mean that hi is from that module. Okay, that's all about modules. We saw how to import and use standard modules, and also we saw how to create our own module, and also how to import our own module and use it in our scripts. Then also we saw the standard modules available in Python, and this is the web address. And also we saw one third-party module. It's called SciPy. This is very popular, and this is highly used in data analytics. We'll stop here, and we'll move on to the next section. Okay, thanks.